A movie that took the world by storm, and actually the repercussions from the success of this movie is probably going to change the film world for the next few years.
Yeah!
In case you haven't heard of it, there was this little movie that came out called Terrifier 2. So many microphones and so many chairs up on stage. I think this is the most chairs and most microphones I've ever had for a Q&A ever. So without further ado, we're going to bring out the people behind Terrifier and Terrifier 2. Please welcome producer Phil Falcone. Next up, please welcome Mike Levy. Next, we have the first person to play Art the Clown, Mike Gianelli. Next up, we have someone who used to come to our show with his parents who were vendors. Please welcome Elliot Fulham. Next up, we have the pale girl, Amelie McLean. For any of you who were at the VIP party, you surely remember the dancing of Lauren Lavera. Please welcome writer and director Damien Leone. And last but certainly not least, please welcome Mr. David Howard Ford. So what we'll do, what we tried to do the last Q&A, I let the fans choose whether you wanted me to call on people or whether you wanted to step up to the microphone. People said they wanted to ask questions from their seats, and then we had 30 people standing in line at the microphone. So we'll throw it out. I think what's going to happen is you'll raise your hands and start asking questions, and then as people get comfortable, we'll wind up with 30 people at the microphone. So we'll start out by whoever wants to ask a question, raise your hand. If you would like to step up to the microphone, please feel free, whatever you're comfortable with. Right here. Yes, sir, you.
Hi. My question is for Damien. Damien, since you were designing the visual effects for these movies, and you were also the writer, did you ever find yourself writing yourself into a corner, like come up with something that you just didn't have the resources to do, and then you kind of got stuck?
Yeah, always. That's the whole writing process, is writing yourself into a corner or, trying to, fix holes. It's the hardest part. In terms of doing the special effects, I don't know, it's all kind of a blur, a fog, man. This was tough. We shot this movie over the course of 3 years, so it was a long journey and a lot went on, and it was very hard to make, but I mean, one of the things was just, I don't know if this really answers your question, but we always wanted to try and top, of course, the hacksaw scene from part one, because that's what everybody loved. They wanted to see how the hell are they going to top that. So going into writing the script, that was a bit of a burden, because I knew we had to try and rival that scene. I had to come up with something, and I found a picture of one of Jack the Ripper's victims, and I said, ooh, that's something, that looks like something Art would do. So everybody who read the script of part two, when they got to that scene, they knew, like, oh my God, this is going to be the scene that they're trying to rival. But we never had the time to create those effects to my liking. And we just kind of had to jump in and start shooting, and I was not happy with the way they were coming out. So we got hit with the pandemic, and we went into lockdown, and then I realized I had all this time on my hands now, and we can sort of reconfigure that entire scene and start from scratch basically, and really take the time to make those special effects fantastic. And then we went back and shot for an additional 5 days. So yeah, that really helped the movie, I'd say.
Okay, who else has a question? Right here.
Hi. I just want to say, you guys have made my weekend. I'm Eddie, you might know me, I've seen your
what's up, buddy?
This one needs to stop sharing my bear on Instagram before my heart explodes. Anyway, with that, my question is for Lauren. Hi, Lauren.
Hi, Eddie.
I
remember you guys. I love you guys.
With your MMA background, you were such a natural in this role. So my question to you is, can we expect to see you dip your toes more in this genre?
Absolutely. The last film I did was a horror film, and the offers are definitely coming in. So it's just a matter of choosing the roles that I feel like I can help tell those stories, and I hope that I can continue to help telling stories of badass women who kick ass. So.
Okay, right here.
First of all, you would be a perfect Spider-Woman.
Yeah.
Before I say my main question, I love all of you. And my question is, can we expect to see Art the Clown alive in the Terrifier 3? Because they beheaded him.
It's a good question, right?
Right to the point.
The real question is he only going to be a head throughout the entire movie? That Victoria kind of kicks around the entire film. Listen, he's still, obviously I can't say too much about part 3. I'm writing it now, but he's certainly still supernatural. Now he's sort of on like another tier of supernatural in this one, and it's just very insane. It's very sick. It's gonna be the darkest, most twisted one, if you can believe that, so far. I'm excited. I'm really excited. I felt really good. I felt pretty confident about part 2 when I was writing it, and I feel the same about this one. So I'm really excited for you guys to see where we take it.
Right here.
Alright, so I've seen this movie so many times, I would almost consider it my comfort movie. Do you guys have any really messed up movies that you consider your comfort movies, or are you normal?
None of us are normal. Showgirls. I mean, we're going to get down the line. There's so many horror movies, all my comfort movies. There's so many that I just I can put on and go to sleep. I mean, I put on the Twilight Zone to go to sleep all the time. The original Twilight Zone. But like Creepshow is like a comfort movie because that's like a fun horror movie. So yeah, I can go on and on. But it's so many.
The entire Evil Dead franchise. I love all that gore, and it's amazing. Especially the 2013 version. It's creepy and I love it.
I don't know if I'm allowed to say this, but I think I'd say Terrifier 2 because I was 13 when I watched it. I'm 13, and I went from watching Gilmore Girls to Terrifier 2. It was crazy.
I have 2. Texas Chainsaw Massacre is my favorite horror movie. And I would say for a warm, so comfort show, I love watching The Walking Dead.
Probably for me, it would probably be Event Horizon.
see what happens when the OG Art the Clown is in the room. It's a weird one. Horror films, a movie that is comforting to me is the original Leprechaun. I know all of you. If it's a TV show, Are You Afraid of the Dark? I was a 90s kid.
I feel like I shouldn't answer this. Well, I'm gonna go
10
with
things I hate about you.
Debbie does Dallas.
No, and things I hate about you. That's the truth. But I go to sleep with friends. If I had to pick a horror, one of my favorite horror films is The Omen.